It's the NFL on EA Sports. We've got J.K. Dobbins. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Ravens and the Texans coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Houston Texans season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Play fake, Cousins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, you know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On third down, here's Brian Anger now to keep this one away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there? Yeah. 2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A quick throw complete out to Isabella. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Ravens at 3-6 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind in the best way to get in there good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the ball behind the ball. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll drop to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you...
Pierce has it knocked loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Cousins throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Cousins.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's the punter Brian Anger to kick this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now it'll be 4th and short.
And he is going to have the Ravens first down as they manage to convert and keep the drive alive.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Looking to throw. Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They go back to the ground with it. And he caught it up, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cousins. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive.
And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, it's Cousins. That's underneath to Pierce. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
This taken in at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Second and 5.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal that...
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 34.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Cousins finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the red zone now, Cousins.
Repeat of the last play going to Mechie here.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Cousins again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. He's at the 50, 30, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, big game resulted for these guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Returnable here from the 38. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens 1st down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And it's a fumble. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins.
Cooks on the quick slant. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Here's Cousins. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 17-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Once more, it's Pierce.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks from 4 yards out.
And the Texans are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third. Back now in Baltimore. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They'll run up the gap with Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 76 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. Throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup of 38. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They're going to look to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Houston set to take over. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
First down, here's Cousins. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Cousins. Steps away. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football. He's taken down. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On third down, Cousins. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I'm going rhetorical on you here. Could that pass have been delivered any better to the receiver downfield?
Not at all, and when he catches that, he didn't even have to break stride. Full speed, that's why he got all that yardage after the catch.
Timing, timing, timing.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Going for it with Pierce. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards. That brings up 4th down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. 81 yards on the ground for him so far.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
No time to shine. Here's a give to Dobbins. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Dobbins running out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
But with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And when you break it down, well, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, Let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Baltimore, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Texans, what else is new? They fall again. That's now 10 straight losses to start the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
She got me.